In a twist of royal drama that no one saw coming, King Charles, in an emotional moment, rejected Camilla after his bitter split with Princess Anne. Yes, the king, with tears in his eyes, made a decision that would shake the very foundations of the British monarchy. This wasn't just about love and heartbreak, it was about the future of the royal family, power dynamics, and how personal emotions collided with royal duty. Let's dive into what really happened behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace, and what led to the king's heartbreaking decision to push Camilla away at such a crucial point in his life. In the world of the British monarchy, emotions are often kept behind palace walls. But occasionally, the truth leaks out, and it reveals the kind of raw human drama you wouldn't expect from a world so steeped in tradition. It wasn't long ago that King Charles, then the Prince of Wales, stood at the center of one of the most public and painful splits the royal family has ever seen. His relationship with Princess Anne had already faced many challenges over the years, but this time, something broke. This wasn't just a fleeting moment. It was a turning point, a decisive break that would forever alter the trajectory of his relationship with Camilla and the entire royal household. At the heart of this tension was the deepening rift between Charles and Anne, his sister. The public had long speculated about their relationship, noting the tension that seemed to rise between them over the years. Both fiercely independent, they struggled to find common ground, and as time went on, cracks in their relationship became evident. But it wasn't just the rift with Anne that was problematic for Charles. It was how Camilla fit into this dynamic, and how her presence in his life would forever affect his role as king. When Charles and Camilla's relationship first emerged into the public eye, it was met with scandal and speculation. The royal family, notorious for its conservative views, was not prepared for the waves their romance would create. Many felt that Camilla, who had been married previously and had been a central figure in Charles's marriage to Princess Diana, wasn't the right fit for a future queen consort. Yet despite all the drama and public scrutiny, Charles and Camilla's bond grew stronger. However, this did not come without its own set of complications. Fast forward to the pivotal moment, the split between Charles and Anne. It wasn't just a personal fallout, it was a political and public one. As tensions reached a boiling point, Camilla, who had been a constant in Charles's life for years, found herself in a delicate position. With the royal family's image at stake and Princess Anne voicing her concerns more publicly, Charles found himself at the crossroads of his duties as a future king and the woman he loved. But when he turned to Camilla, seeking support, her response wasn't what he expected. Charles, in a rare moment of vulnerability, confronted Camilla about their future. Tears welled in his eyes as he poured his heart out, lamenting the fractures in his family and the pressure to carry out his royal duties while balancing the growing tension with Anne. It was a conversation filled with raw emotion and uncertainty about the future. But in that moment, something unexpected happened. Camilla, who had always been seen as Charles's confidant and most trusted ally, rejected him. Her response was simple, but it hit Charles with the force of 1,000 unspoken words. "We can't move forward," she told him, acknowledging the complex web of family dynamics and public perception that would inevitably consume them both. It was a decision made with the weight of the crown looming large over her, and yet it was the hardest choice Camilla could have made. For Charles, this rejection was more than just about love. It was about navigating the turbulent waters of royal duty and personal heartbreak. After all, this was the man who had waited decades to claim the throne, only to find himself in an emotional whirlwind that could threaten everything he had worked for. And in that moment, the tears in his eyes weren't just about losing Camilla. They were about losing control of the one thing he had tried so desperately to maintain, the image of the royal family. But why did Camilla make such a choice? While some may have assumed Camilla's rejection was a sign of her growing detachment from Charles, the truth lies deeper. Camilla understood the political ramifications of their relationship. The royal family had already been through countless scandals, and the last thing they needed was another public fallout. Camilla knew that her role in Charles's life could be just as much a liability as an asset, especially if the tension with Anne continued to grow. Anne had long been seen as the more politically astute member of the royal family. Her ability to maintain a low profile while still playing a significant role in royal affairs made her a trusted figure within the monarchy. But as Charles's relationship with Anne soured, her influence began to take on a new shape. What was once a supportive sibling relationship became one of rivalry and competition, with Anne asserting herself as a staunch defender of the monarchy's public image. This created a power struggle within the royal family that, in many ways, mirrored the personal tension between Charles and Camilla. For years, Charles had been walking the tightrope between his duty as heir to the throne and his love for Camilla. The conflict with Anne only amplified the strain on their relationship. And as much as Camilla wanted to be there for Charles, she understood the importance of stepping back. The royal family had been through enough scandals, and the prospect of becoming embroiled in yet another royal drama was something she wasn't willing to risk, especially with the throne so close at hand. Camilla's rejection, in the context of the royal family's complicated dynamics, was an act of self-preservation as much as it was about protecting Charles from further public scrutiny. It was an acknowledgement that sometimes love isn't enough, and that duty, especially royal, duty must come first. The monarchy had survived centuries of turmoil, but it was on the brink of a new era, and the actions of each family member carried greater consequences than ever before. After the emotional confrontation, Charles was left to pick up the pieces of his shattered personal life. It wasn't just the rejection by Camilla that stung, it was the realization that, for all the years of waiting, the family he had hoped to build would never look the way he envisioned. As he stepped into his new role as king, he was faced with an overwhelming sense of duty and responsibility, and the weight of those expectations often overshadowed his personal desires. But as time passed, Camilla's role in his life would eventually take a new shape. Though she had stepped away when he needed her most, their bond was never truly severed. Eventually, Camilla returned to Charles's side, not as a lover in secret, but as a future queen consort, now with a new understanding of the royal family's delicate balance. The emotional rejection was a pivotal moment in their journey together, one that would forever define their relationship and shape the public's perception of them both. In the end, the rejection by Camilla wasn't the end of Charles's emotional turmoil. It was just the beginning. The king's journey was far from over, and his reign, already marked by significant challenges, would continue to be shaped by the decisions he made during this time of heartbreak and rejection. As for Camilla, her decision to step back and protect Charles from the fallout showed just how far she was willing to go to support him, even if it meant sacrificing her own happiness. Was this rejection the ultimate test of their love, or did it reveal deeper cracks in the royal foundation? And what would become of their relationship as the monarchy moved forward into an uncertain future? The answers may surprise you.